What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to be talking about what I learned from traveling to Colombia. I just got off work as usual, and I figured this would be a good video to make. So let's get right to it. So the first thing I would say that I learned from traveling to Colombia is one, it's like a whole different world. We're so used to living in America where everything is just go, 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 work, work, work. You know, I live in Florida where everything is just like one big long road. You know, we all drive fast. We all work a lot. We're all pretty, I would say, materialistic in America. And in Colombia, it is pretty much the exact opposite. For one, people don't drive as fast. You know, there is some highways in Colombia, but they still, it's only like at most like 3 lanes, and they don't really drive as fast. Like the first place I ever traveled to when I went to Colombia was Cali, Colombia. And you know, most of the time people don't even wear seatbelts in Colombia, especially in the back seat, which always surprised me. But most of the time, you're not really driving as fast as you do in Colombia. Or I mean, as you do in America. That's one big thing you notice when you go to Colombia. One thing too is that they all drive small vehicles on average. They all drive motorcycles and small vehicles. There's a lot of potholes. You know, they don't really have as much money like to spend on their roads like we do here in Florida or other parts of America. That's one thing I noticed. I mean, there's still nicer areas of Colombia where the roads are better, like Bogota or yeah, but for the majority of my experience in Colombia, the roads have not been the greatest. But regardless, a big difference when you travel to Colombia, you're going to notice is that people value experiences over material possessions. They spend a lot more time with their friends and family. They don't work like slaves like we do in America. At the same time, there isn't as much opportunity, though. See, that's the problem. In Colombia, the minimum wage or what you get paid is much lower than what you get in America. So it's much easier for people in America to become, you know, successful, I guess you could say, in the whole opportunity of career and wealth aspect. But that doesn't stop Colombians from being happy, I've noticed, for sure. People, I just noticed that they are much more happier with the simpler things in life. Like, they like to get together and make social events. They like to drink, they like to dance, they like to listen to music. They like to go out on adventures, you know. They like to go out into town. They like to go out more than Americans, and it's a lot cheaper to go out. They make more memories than Americans in general, I feel. I feel that in America, we're a lot less social and friendly. When I go to Colombia, and I've been to Colombia 4 times, I've been to Medellin. I've been to Pereira. I've been to Armenia. I've been to Cali several times. That's where I've spent my most time, is in Cali, Colombia. You just feel it. Like, people don't exactly, and not all people in Colombia are like this, but a majority of them, I feel, equate each other's value less to what car you drive or how much money you have. Now, I do feel that they definitely will treat people that have more money better in Colombia. Like, you're kind of treated more like a king if you're wealthy and set, like, well off in Colombia. But as an overall, I feel that they do not equate your value to what you do for a job. They're very good at going out and making experiences and living life and having adventures without depending on money. That I've definitely noticed. That is one big factor in the difference between Colombia and America, is that we work like slaves here. Another, let's see, the food. The food is so much different, and it's very good, and you can definitely tell that it's more natural. The meat, you know, the vegetables. I like majority of the food I eat in Colombia. Now, I will say, if you're not careful, you are going to order food from the wrong place. They have a lot of like Uber Eats or DoorDash options, and there has been a couple of times where we've ordered food, or my wife has ordered food for me that was not the most appealing. But for the most part, you can get really good food in Colombia, and the food there is really good. Now, I will say that there's more of a variety of food here in America, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm gonna be completely brutally honest with you guys. I like the food in America overall more. But that being said, I can tell that the food is more organic and more healthy in Colombia. 100%. Yeah. Let's think. Another thing that I noticed in Colombia, or I learned from Colombia, going to Colombia, is that we're not as united as them. We are not as united as a nation. Not even close. We're so divided by our music taste, our politics. They have their own politics, but they're not like as extreme as Americans. We have such different tastes and style and culture. You know, we are the melting pot. But in Colombia, they all share like this pride, this culture of being a Colombian. Like, they all love their salsa and their dancing and their reggaeton, and they all love their soccer. Like, they love soccer. I mean, and my wife has turned me into a soccer fan. I like Colombia more than I like America. You know, I never really got into watching soccer, but I cheer for Colombia now because I want to make my wife happy. And personally, I've always been more of an NFL fan, a Patriots fan, and I like the Colombian team. I got really heavily invested into it now. I like the players. I've been watching them with my wife and cheering them on, and I really like the Colombian soccer team. But anyway, they're definitely more united as a nation. They have a sense of like patriotism that is just unmatched compared to America. Another thing is that they enjoy nature more, and their country is so beautiful. Everything is like in the mountains. They have like all different climates. But yeah, Colombia is just unbelievably beautiful. And it definitely made me appreciate just the nature and the beauty of that country. America is beautiful too, but I mean Colombia is really, really beautiful. Another thing that I learned from traveling to Colombia is let me think. Oh, definitely to just be more happy and grateful for the things I have in America. Like, honestly, like, it's much harder for Colombians to have nice cars and nice houses and materialistic things, honestly. Like, because their monthly wage is about $1,300 a month on average, they can't afford imported goods as much as we can because their dollar isn't as strong as ours. So like cars and certain things they want to get, like computers and electronics and televisions, is very expensive to Colombians. But their rent, their food, and a lot of the stuff that they can just buy from their country itself is a lot cheaper, and their cost of living isn't as bad as America. But at the same time, when you go to Colombia, it is very poverty stricken in a lot of areas. And it made me very grateful for America, because the Colombian people themselves are very happy and they find value in friendship and family and, you know, life experience. But at the same time, I can feel and see when I go to Colombia the pain and suffering of the poor people because of their government, because of the greed of the cartels and the corruption. Unfortunately, there's a lot of poverty in Colombia. A lot of people don't have opportunities to, you know, get good jobs. A lot of Colombians are kind of stuck in like a state of despair. And I see it. And as much as I give Colombians credit for being a happy, you know, being able to find more meaning in life than materialism, I also see the struggle of the people there. And it's sad. It truly is. It makes you very grateful for all the opportunity you have here in America. Yeah, that's a big one. Another thing that's really big and different about Colombia, and this isn't necessarily, I guess, something I learned, it's just what I observed, is their infrastructure is really behind ours. There's a lot of nice areas in Colombia, like, you know, it's like America in the aspect that they have their good and bad parts, but their infrastructure overall is just much worse. Like, telephone wires are just messy, their wiring is just like crazy. A lot of their buildings look like they're ready to fall down. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still some very beautiful parts of Colombia, like Medellin is very beautiful, and there's lots of very nice parts of Medellin, for example. But when I go, because I've gone up on that, like, in the center of Medellin, you can climb up on, like, this hill, and you can look over all of Medellin, and it's truly a very beautiful city. And it has a lot, it's just in this beautiful mountain valley, and it is a beautiful city. But I will say, there's a lot of just like brown boxes. Like, a lot of their buildings there are just straight squares, just like brown squares. And you can see the poverty there. There's good parts of Medellin, but overall, the city, in my opinion, is like a bunch of shacks. And there's a lot of, just like, when you go to Colombia, you can tell the difference in the roads and the infrastructure in general compared to America. It's just a lot, it's very behind. And it's not the Colombian people's fault, it's just their government's fault for taking advantage of the people and taking their money and spending it on corruption and their cartels and them, you know, the rich. Unfortunately, their government doesn't give as much to their people as they do in America, and that's a big problem in Colombia, unfortunately. A lot of Colombians don't even like how their country is associated to Pablo Escobar or the cartel in general. It actually really pisses them off. A lot of people do not like Pablo Escobar in Colombia. They would much rather their country be, associated with their beauty and their culture and their music and the energy of the people there and everything. That's what they want to be known by, and the cartels and the corruption have kind of overshadowed it, and it's a real shame. It honestly is, because Colombia is a lot more than just cocaine and cartels. That's something you learn when you go there, for sure. It's an amazing country with an amazing people, to be quite honest, and marrying my Colombian wife was the greatest decision I ever made in my life. And she, never mind just going to Colombia, has taught me a lot. She's definitely made me more social, more outgoing, more caring of my own family, and it's crazy. My wife is always like, did you call your grandma? Did you talk to your grandpa? Did you talk to this? Did you talk to your mom? Did you talk to your dad? Oh, always like wanting you to have more of a connection with your family, and it's beautiful. Oh my God. Another thing is, like, music is just like, oh my God, it like runs in their blood. Like, my wife will literally just wake up in the morning and start dancing in bed. Like, the second we wake up and open her eyes, she's just like dancing to music. It's pretty intense, and I knew when I first got with my wife and married her especially that I was going to need to learn how to dance, and she's the reason I know how to dance to this day. And man, if you don't know how to dance, you need to try and learn, because it is fun. And if you're going to Colombia, you need to dance. You got to. They definitely, like, I mean, I just can't. Dancing in a way is like in my opinion, like a form of being alive and expressing, like just being alive. And they do a very good job at it. Not all of their music I like. Some of their music is very annoying to me. Like, certain reggaeton is just like the same exact beat over and over. Boom, 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 boom. And the reggaeton that just talks about like the same thing that like rap does here in America, just money, women, and sex, that gets a little bit old to me. I like salsa because I love the beat. I love I just love the beat and like the message in a lot of salsa. And then I like the Spanish music that has beautiful, like, there's a lot of romantic songs, and yeah, like merengue is good, salsa is good. Like, for me, I have mixed feelings about reggaeton. But yeah, you're gonna learn that music is a big part of their life. Oh my goodness, is it? Oh, and then you're gonna really like a lot of the food. I know I'm going back to food, but like sancocho and empanadas and pan de bono, and oh my God. Another thing you're gonna notice is that they like to eat pan de bono, arepas. Oh my God, they eat arepas like it's going out of style. They just eat them. They're arepa eating machines. And to be quite honest with you, it kind of drives me nuts. I like arepas with cheese, but the amount of arepas they eat, I'd just go crazy. I don't like the white arepas that they eat that have like zero flavor. I love pan de bono. I love papa rellena. Oh my God, I love papa rellena. And I love empanadas. Oh my God, empanadas are like the greatest thing known to man. And this, oh my God, when you go to Colombia, you're gonna learn the sauces. The sauces, they got a mean sauce game. Like, the sauces in Colombia are all, dude, just fire. Like the cilantro, the garlic cilantro, like the green, the white sauce, like the sauce they make with like ketchup and mayonnaise mixed, their pink sauce. It's like that. I don't know exactly, but they just have so many different sauces. They put so many different sauces on their hot dogs, their cheeseburgers. The one thing I can't do is when they put pineapple on cheeseburgers or hot dogs. I will never do that. I can't handle that. But all the other sauces they do on them, fire. But yeah, going to Colombia is something you should put on your to-do list, for sure. It's just an amazing country. As long as you don't go in the dangerous parts, and you just stay out of the poverty-stricken areas, and you have some people that know how to guide you, you should be completely fine. And as long as you just stay away from the dangerous parts, you should be good. And Colombia is an amazing country, and I can't wait to go there again. I love visiting my wife's family. It's an adventure every single time. Everywhere I go in Colombia is just so beautiful. I love spending time with her family, even though my Spanish is like really not the greatest. I think I've covered a lot of things. I always do all my videos off the top of my head, and I hope y'all appreciate it. But going to Colombia is just an amazing experience, and y'all should really go there one day. There's a lot of historical places, a lot of beautiful churches, a lot of just absolutely amazing places to visit, and I haven't even seen a whole lot of Colombia, to be honest with you. And I look forward to seeing a lot of Colombia. I will say, I love America a lot, and my wife has always tried to talk me into moving to Colombia when we retire, and I just can't do it. I would love to visit Colombia, but a part of me is always going to be American and always love my country. And unfortunately, there is such a big difference between Colombia and America that I would just feel homesick when I'd go there. Now, some people love Colombia so much they'll go there and live there, and they have the best times of their lives. And you know what? I mean, if I knew Spanish better, and we never know. We'll see how when I'm in 30 years, when I've retired, and maybe my mind will change. But Colombia is just an absolute amazing country. It doesn't get as much credit as it should. The people there they're definitely different than Americans. There's not as much mental health problems in Colombia, in my opinion. There's not as much mass shootings because people aren't getting worked to death. And there isn't all the crazy... I just feel like the people there are not exactly, they have poverty issues and they have their own problems, right? But I feel like they're not as crazy as Americans. I feel like we're so divided nowadays as a country, and people are just so unsocial and unfriendly here. It's just gotten ridiculous at this point. Like in Colombia, you go, for example, when I go to see my wife's family, she knows so many of the neighbors and the people in the area because they all socialize and know each other. Like, they're friendly. They're not antisocial like here in America. Like, I'm telling you, it's like you go to a whole different world when you go to Colombia. It's so much different than America in so many good ways. And I'm trying to think of any other differences or things I've learned right now. I think I've pretty much nailed all of it. I'm sure later on and after this video I'll be like, oh, I should have talked about this. But I think that's it for this video. And I think eventually here I'm gonna do another video about what it's like to have a Colombian wife, because I think a lot of people are interested in it. A lot of Americans are interested in having whether it be Colombian, Venezuelan, Peruvian, just South American and Latin American women in general are becoming more and more appealing to American men because they're just more traditional. They're different than American women, and I think more people would like to know more. I think that's a video I can make. But if y'all enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Be good to one another, and that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Peace.